The Ruin You Made Me, the Obsession series by Hunter Ashley. To my lost love, Q. Chapter 1. The office buzzed with its usual Monday morning chaos, phones ringing, printers humming, and junior associates already 3 coffees deep and stress sweating through their button-ups. Emma Morgan adjusted the cuffs of her blazer and sipped her ice Americano, already reviewing her mental checklist for the next morning. She didn't have time for distractions, which of course meant today was the exact day fate decided to shove one into her path. The front door swung open with an unnecessarily dramatic swoosh, and in walked Jake Donovan, every inch as smug and self-satisfied as the last time she saw him. Emma didn't look up at first. She just knew. She could feel his ego enter the room before his body did. The receptionist Carly says, "Morning, Emma. Client meeting at 9, conference room B." Emma gestures and says, "Thanks, Carly. Let me guess. Another nervous CEO trying to dodge a PR disaster?" She turned just in time to see the devil himself stroll past the reception desk, wearing that tailored charcoal suit and that punchable, cocky grin. Jake utters, "Actually, it's a charming executive with a bulletproof case and an unfortunate rival counsel." Emma raised an eyebrow. "If I wanted to hear delusion before 9 a.m., I'd call my ex." Jake laughing softly, "Ouch! I've missed your razor wit, Morgan." Emma in a deadpan looks over, "And I haven't missed you." Her heart betrayed her for a second. The sight of him, broad shoulders, that faint stubble, the way his tie was always just a little too loose, brought a heat she refused to acknowledge. Not this time. Jake grinning, looks like we're on the same case. Hope you packed snacks. This is going to be a long one." Scene 2, conference room B at 9:14 a.m. Stacks of discovery documents covered the polished oak table. Jake sat across from Emma, sleeves rolled up, tie undone, relaxed, like he wasn't 2 seconds from getting verbally shredded. He was always like this, in pre-trial, of course. Too calm, too smooth. Jake said, "So, what's your plan? Talk circles until the jury forgets what day it is?" Emma not bothering to look up. "Only if you promise not to fall asleep mid-sentence. Your last closing argument nearly put me in a coma." Jake grinning, "Admit it. You were hanging on every word." Emma snapping her file shut. "If I wanted theater, I'd buy a ticket to Hamilton. At least there's dramas. And the drama's intentional." Jake leaning back, still feisty. I like that. His eyes lingered for a second too long. Emma's internal thoughts run over. Don't bite, don't rise to it. He's baiting you like he always does. Emma finally musters, aloud and dry, "I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to win." Jake leaning in, "And what if I said I'm here for both?" There it was. That line in his voice. The one that made her forget how thoroughly he broke her heart 2 years ago at bar prep. Emma internally says to herself, "You don't get to flirt with me and pretend nothing happened." Emma, cold, collected. "Then I'd say you're walking into court with a fantasy and a losing brief." Jake's jaw flexed. 1 second of silence, 2, and then he smiled. Of course he did. Scene 3 in the elevator at 7:52 p.m. Most of the office had gone home. The floor was quiet, bathed in soft light. Emma stepped into her elevator and hit the lobby button, only to hear footsteps behind her. Jake slid in just as the door closed. Jake casually says, "You always work this late?" Emma, says to him, "Only when I want to make sure I bury my opponent." Jake, smirking, "I thought maybe you just liked spending time with me." Emma says, "I'd get more stimulating conversation from a paper shredder." Jake, stepping slightly closer, "That shredder doesn't know your coffee order." She turned, brows raised. "You remembered?" Jake softly, "Always did." Her throat tightened. Emma internally says to herself, "Why does he still do this to me? 2 years. 2 whole years, and one sentence still knocks the breath out of me." But the elevator dinged, and just like that, the moment passed. They stepped out in silence. Thursday night, 10:36 p.m., Sterling and Associates. The building is dead quiet. Emma's desk is littered with coffee cups, depositions, and frustration. The glow from her desk lamp is the only light on the floor. Her fingers cramped over a highlighter, her laptop fan whined like it, too. Had enough of Jake Donovan. And then, Jake, appearing at the door holding 2 coffees. "You look like you were about to file a lawsuit against your own printer." Emma, "If I commit a felony, I'm naming you as my co-counsel." Jake says to her, "Ride or die, just how we always were." "God, don't say things like that," Emma says to herself. "Not with that voice, not with that mouth, not when you're holding my exact coffee order like it's nothing. Like you still know me." She took the cup. He smelled like cedar, courtroom victories, and that God-forsaken cologne she once moaned against in a stairwell. The scene shifts to the conference room. The city glows blue. Outside the windows, rain kisses the glass softly. Emma and Jake sit across from each other. Jake says to her, "Remember back at Kramer and Price? We used to stay late just like this. Same table, same tension." Emma, smirking, "Yeah, and you still never beat me in court." Jake grins and replies, "Didn't need to. I already had your attention." She froze. He didn't just say that, did he? Jake Donovan, smug, insufferable, dangerously hot Jake Donovan, is trying to flirt like it's 2019 again. He stood, slowly, deliberately, and walked around the table. No swagger this time, just presence. He leaned on the edge beside her. "Can I ask you something?" She looked up. Mistake number 1. His tie was loose, his sleeves rolled, one button too low. The scar on his cheek from that bar fight in Boston peeked through the shadow of his stubble. God, he looks good. Really good tired. He looks like bad decisions and remembered orgasms. Emma replies, "Depends." Jake says to her, "Do you ever think about what would have happened if we hadn't screwed this up?" Her chest burned. Yes. Fuck yes. Every time I'm alone at 2 a.m., every time I hear your voice across the courtroom, every goddamn time I try to move on and some part of me still aches for you. Emma replies out loud, "Every time you walk into a room." Silence fills the room. He reached out, his fingers brushed hers, just a graze, and suddenly the room was too hot. Was that intentional? Did he mean to touch me like that? Or am I losing it? God. How does one man still make my whole body remember how he tastes? Jake whispering, "I still remember how you used to curl into me when you were exhausted, like the world couldn't get to you if I was there." Emma thinks to herself, Jesus Christ, Donovan. Just slit my throat next time, that hurt less. Emma, softly cracking, You were there until you weren't. His eyes dropped. Guilt, real guilt, overcame his face. I know. And I hate myself for it. Her heart thundered. She thinks to herself, one more second, one more heartbeat, and I'm gonna kiss him. I'm gonna fuck this up all over again because he still tastes like home. She stood, abrupt, sharp, a lifeline. Emma says, I can't do this, not yet. She didn't look back. Jake, quiet, almost to a whisper, when you can, I'll still be here. 1:12 a.m., Emma's apartment. Bedroom is dark, lit only by her phone screen. She's curled in bed, hoodie on, mascara lightly smudged. The pillow was cool against her cheek, but her brain was boiling. She'd tossed and turned for 2 hours. Jake's voice still in her ears. His stupid, gentle, I'll still be here, echoing like a song she hated loving. She rolled over, opened her phone, and Jake Donovan had just sent her a text message.